Hi everyone, I'm Jackie and
I'm Monique.
and we're here today to tell you about Fifendekel's amazing frozen sunflower dough. I know you've been in the restaurants and I know it is a favorite of most customers to have their sandwich on our sunflower dough. So we're going to tell you how you can have those amazing aromas at home, right, Mo?
You betcha. And it's awesome because it's quite easy. You do get that sunflower dough at the location frozen, so you guys do have to thaw it. So I took mine out last night. See, it all depends because each house is a little warmer than others. So you got to kind of play it by ear. If you're going to take it out early, then I would probably put it in the fridge for a while. So I took it out last night at about 11 o'clock last night, and I kept it in a cool place because my house is about 21, so it's a little warm. So
I don't think so.
I thought it was. So anyway, I took it out about 11 o'clock at night, and you want the or the thawing time about, let's say, 13 to 15 hours. That's how long it took mine. The way you can tell when it's done, so when you come and purchase our bags, there is a tie at the top. Once that dough has thawed enough that it has risen and got nice and fluffy and poofy up to the point of where that twist off is, then you know your dough is done.
Yes. So when you cut it out, it's okay. It'll deflate. Don't worry.
Exactly. And if you find it's thawing too quickly, you want to bake it a little bit later, I did pop it in the fridge for a little bit just to slow the process down a tiny bit. But again, you want that full rise. So when it's all thawed and it's all nicely done, you definitely want it to hit that twist tie in that bag.
So our bakers typically take it out by about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And they are in at 5. And one of the first things they do is they prepare their sunflower bread. So what are we doing now?
So first thing you're going to do is we're going to open this bag up. So get your good pair of scissors because we're going to slice this open. Don't panic about it sticking to the dough. I just get it started a little bit and then I just tear it, and look at that. This one is not as completely thawed out, so it just did tear apart from the bag really easy. When it is fully thawed, it will stick a little bit, but it'll come all off, you guys, so don't worry. You're going to play with it a little bit as Jackie's doing the motion.
And it will come out. If I can do this, anyone can do it. All right.
Okay, so first I'm going to do is I'm going to take some flour, and we're just going to put a little bit of flour on our surface, just like so. And then you are going to take that dough and you're just going to empty it out. So we're just going to...
That's what you're really doing is you're reactivating the yeast one more time. That's why you're going to roll it out.
Exactly. Oh, my Vanna, she's going to take that. And the double rising is what makes our breads light and fluffy. So you definitely are going to want to do this next rise after I show you guys. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put a little flour on top because it is sticky, as you can see over here. So we're going to put a little flour. You want to roll your dough out about 16 inches long to about 12 inches wide. Now, I have a giant pan that will actually take all this dough and put it into one loaf pan. But I know a lot of you do not have that loaf pan. So what you're going to do is you're going to put it into 2 loaf pans.
Right. And if you don't even have the giant pan, you can do it like a French loaf on a cookie sheet.
Exactly.
So just a long
log. Or if you want, there's another thing that we've done. We've made these into buns as well. And all you would do is you would take that dough.
Maybe just cut off a piece. Here we go.
Oh, you got it. Oh, see the knife. So we're just going to cut a little piece off, you guys. So what I would do then is I would take that dough and I would just pinch it. The way I make them is I just kind of use my finger and my thumb and I make it like a pinch. So I grab it and I pinch it and then I twist and pull. And then I just tuck it and I just pinch it on the bottom like that. So it's like so. And then you put it on your baking sheet just like that. And you can make a bunch, whatever size.
Whatever. Yep. So you can do buns, and they don't take as long to bake.
They don't. And you definitely want to let them rise for that hour. So definitely, whether it's the loaf or the buns, you are going to want that rising time. We're going to make this one into a bun too. The rising time for an hour.
Okay.
Okay, so now back to our loaf.
Right, and if you don't have a rolling pin, you can take a wine bottle, put it in the fridge, let it cool. So obviously you want white wine.
Yeah.
And the weight of that is a good rolling pin too.
That's a smart idea. I didn't.
Sometimes stick with me.
Okay, see, she's got these great ideas, you guys. Okay, so once you've rolled out your dough to 16 by 12, you're just gonna roll it out, just like a cinnamon roll kind of thing. So you're just gonna take it like that. You're gonna make sure it's all tucked in on the ends nicely, just like that. And I usually try to squish it a little bit so it's nice and even. Just like so. Now you're going to take those 2 pans, because normally this loaf would be just a smidge longer because we did pinch off a few. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that loaf. I need my knife again. You're going to cut it in half. So we're just going to slice it in half. You are going to spray your pans. So we're just going to spray it just like that.
I get high with a little help.
So you're just going to spray those pans, you guys. Then you're going to put those loaves seam down. So we're just going to put that in there. I'm going to press it just a tiny bit, not much. Again, that seam down. And we've just put them in here. 2 beautiful loaf pans. What you're going to do is I would put this now in my oven for about an hour, hour and a half.
But not oven turned on.
No, not oven turned on. If your oven is cold, if you turn the light on, that will heat up your oven a little bit and take that chill off. So I normally, when I'm rising my loaves, I do put my oven light on just to give it a little bit more heat.
And for those of you who don't want to do that, you can just put it in a warm spot in your kitchen with a towel over the top of it.
There we go. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these in the oven, and we're going to pretend we have an hour and a half has gone by. And this is what it is going to do, you guys. So now this one has doubled in size. It is beautiful. It is ready to go. Once you've taken out that second rise, so that's the second rise after.
It's usually just a little over the top. You'll find it.
It's perfect. Now I'm going to preset my oven to 360. You're going to let that get to temperature, and then you're going to put this loaf or loaves, depending on how many you're making, or your buns, whatever it is. Buns will probably take about
20 minutes.
15 to 20 minutes, depending on your oven. A large loaf like this is going to take about 35 to 40 minutes. And the smaller loaves, I would say probably 30 to 35 minutes. So you kind of watch it, and as it's getting that nice golden brown color, that's probably a good point, because you don't want it to go too dark, but of course you want to make sure it's baked.
And have the butter ready.
Yeah, so then once your bread comes out of the oven, you're going to want to have some melted margarine or butter, whatever you have on hand, and you're just going to put a nice little glaze on top, and that softens your bread, you guys, so that gives it that nice sheen for one, and it makes it nice and soft. So once that is done baking, you pull that out, you do that nice brushing of margarine or butter, and then...
And I use my fingers if I don't have it. So the other thing is it's going to be really hot.
Yep.
And you really should let it cool a little bit. But the best part is when it's really hot and you got that butter handy and you put it onto your crust. Oh,
I know,
my
it is.
favorite.
And the steam just comes when it's hot. But
So-
of course, we've pre-baked this a little earlier, so it's not hot.
All right, so run into Fifendekel, pick up a loaf of
frozen sunflower bread.
and make it at home, because the aroma is to die for. See you on our next video, and remember to sign up and subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we'll be back in the kitchen again.
All right, see you next time.